So I'm going to go ahead and read this article by TMZ News. They were the first to get a hold of this gossip containing Jonathan Majors and him dating Meagan Good. So as the article reads, Jonathan Majors is still in the throes of a tricky legal situation, but he's been able to find some time for love. TMZ has learned the actor recently started dating Meagan Good. Sources with direct knowledge tells us over the course of the last several weeks, Jonathan Majors and Meagan have gotten close, and the relationship is fairly new. What's more, a witness tells us they were at Alamo Draft House in LA last weekend to see a movie, so it's not like they're hiding the fact they're hanging out. It's unclear how serious the relationship is, but we've reached out to reps for Meagan and Jonathan. So far, no word back. Of course, Majors continues to fight criminal charges in NYC, 3 counts of attempted assault as well as assault, 1 count of aggravated harassment, and a separate count of harassment. And here are the alleged texts that happened between Jonathan Majors' significant other and Jonathan. And these text messages didn't exactly help the situation when they came out, but you can read that for yourself when you get a chance. And the actor is accused of slapping his ex-girlfriend in March in the back of a taxi after night outing party in NYC. Major's attorney, can't say her name, has maintained her client's innocence from the beginning and has provided investigators with several surveillance videos and text messages from the alleged victim in an attempt to prove Major's innocence. So in this video right here, this is where the victim was seen at a party. She was using her phone that and she was using it with the hand that she said got damaged in the alleged altercation. And she used it again here, and if you can see in this picture right here. So in one of the video, the ex-girlfriend is drinking at a party in a nightclub. Hours after the alleged violent incident, Major's team claimed the images show she was not injured. Majors had a court hearing earlier this week where his legal team hoped the DA would drop some, if not all the charges, but they all remain. So the charges still remain until, of course, the trial or whatever. So yeah. And then after the hearing, Chaudhry called the entire case a racist witch hunt, adding when Mr. Majors showed a white police officer the injuries the woman caused him, the white officer got in Mr. Majors' face and taunted him, saying that if the officer were to slap Mr. Majors, the officer wouldn't break his finger. Chaudhry's also annoyed neither the police or the DA's office investigating Majors' claim his ex actually assaulted him that night. So that's the end of that article. And like I said, this is still an ongoing situation, but the situation has gotten juicier because now we're finding out that Meagan Good is potentially the woman he was talking to when the victim spazzed out and took his phone and they got in the altercation in the taxi. So this is not really looking good overall because of the victim basically. This kind of makes the victim look like, okay, she really did have an issue with him, but it still could be domestic violence, and let me tell you why. From somebody who knows and who's been in these situations before, and everybody has these situations. It's not just me. A lot of people get in these altercations with their significant other because of disagreements, and people want to get physical or they want to be verbally abusive. And a lot of times it could be you came home late. It could have been, you was seen hugging this one girl or talking to her on your PlayStation 4. She picked the PlayStation up, break it. You punch her in the face or you push her away, and then now you just committed, you know, assault. You know what I'm saying? You just committed domestic violence. It happens just that fast, just that quick. You never know when somebody's gonna snap because it's something you did. Because love is one of those things that's just so unpredictable, and it can cause people to have a lot of passion to the point where it gets aggressive and violent. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that because we need to have an honest conversation about this situation. And we're also going to have an honest conversation about Meagan Good, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, this article right here, like, they were the first people to basically hop on this and get this information. And, I mean, if it's true, I mean, it's Meagan Good, you know what I'm saying? So, I was looking on the internet and I saw some better articles. I see what TMZ is saying, but TMZ didn't really cover the relationship between Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. Of course, whoever is the first person to get the most information is typically the best source. And on this next article from, let's see, People, they have just a little bit more tea on this Jonathan Majors Meagan Good relationship. So basically, as it reads, Jonathan Majors is dating actress Meagan Good as actor faces assault charges. The actor, who is currently facing assault charges, and the actress are currently seeing each other. People can confirm. That's the magazine. So this was published on May 13th, 2023. The TMZ one was the same day, I guess you could say. But this one was 12 p.m., 1 a.m. So this was like soon as it hit, and this is like later in that day. So I'm not sure. I have to read that again. No. That was as soon as it hit. Yep, 1 a.m. and then you go all the way up to 12 p.m. So yeah. So Jonathan Majors and Meagan Good are dating. The actor, 33, who is currently facing assault charges, and the actress, 41, are currently seeing each other. People can confirm. TMZ was the first to report the news. So TMZ got to the scoop first when it came to this tea. An eyewitness told the outlet that the duo were at the Elmo Draft House in Los Angeles last weekend to see a movie. Representatives for both Majors and Good did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Okay. And it reads, continue. Majors' romance with Good comes about after the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium stars was arrested in March in connection with an alleged domestic dispute. He was subsequently charged with multiple misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment by Manhattan District Attorney's Office over the alleged incident. So basically, when the domestic violence situation happened, like I said, this is, it makes sense. If he's dating Meagan Good, it makes sense. If the person recants the charges, say they was like, oh well, you know, it was my fault because I'm mad because he's dating Megan Thee Stallion. If a fight still broke out, it's still domestic violence, and the state now can go ahead. The district attorney office can still go and press charges, regardless of that person's statement or whatever. And then eventually they'll probably get back with the person and try to get them in there in court and stuff, to try to get something to stick, because, you know, it's New York. New York is one of those places where, you know, they're gonna throw the book at you if it's something that's bad, you know, in general, if you've committed crimes and stuff. So anyways, the actor appeared virtually at Manhattan Criminal Court in New York City for a short hearing earlier this week, where he spoke during the hearing only to confirm that he consented to appear at the hearing virtually rather than in person. In a statement obtained by People following the hearing, Major's attorney Pira Chaudhry said that her Team has provided the Manhattan District Attorney Office with irrefutable evidence. Irrefutable evidence. Now, I did see this evidence. It's out there. And that the alleged victim in March 25th incident that led to his arrest is lying about the facts of the case. The alleged victim has not been identified by the authorities, and it is unclear whether she has her own legal representation. Good, meanwhile, separated from ex-husband Devon Franklin in December 2021 after 9 years of marriage. They announced their split at the time and then finalized their divorce in June 2022. So this was last year when she finalized her divorce. Just a week after would have been their 10-year anniversary. So sad. Meagan Good is a nice woman, okay? Very nice looking woman. But anyways, the decision to divorce wasn't hers. The Harlem Star shared in her first Essence solo cover and interview. She detailed the difficulties resulting from the fallout of the marriage and told the outlet that she still considers Franklin, 45, an incredible and beautiful person, confirming that neither did anything malicious toward the other. So that is it for this article. So you get the tea with Jonathan Majors and his current situation because of this confirming that they're dating, and then you looking at Meagan Good, her divorce being finalized, so she's last year, so she's single, and then Jonathan Majors on the come up. You know what I'm saying? He did Ant-Man and the Wasp. He did Creed 3. You know what I'm saying? Like he had other shows out there. I can't remember what was the other show that he did. Let me look that up real fast and see, because I only know the stuff that that's nerdy or whatever. This is a nerd channel. We do gaming and everything else, and talk about comics. I am working on my own comics, so the only reason this news is relevant to this channel is because it's concerning a lead actor in Kang, who was in Ant-Man and supposed to be leading up to the Avengers movie that's going to come out. And we're hoping that with all of this evidence, with these articles and all of these different things, we're hoping that people are going to take that and say, okay, let's wait until see what happened, because Marvel hasn't said anything. They have not took nothing back. And the other Marvel stuff that he's played in recently that you can see him in is he was in Loki. He was one of the Kangs at the end of Loki. And like I said, he did Creed 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp. He did Devotion. He's supposed to be in Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, as the main villain. Like he's the whole MCU is basically tailored around Jonathan Majors. Like, this is a big deal. And Disney likes to keep their hands clean, so we don't know what the heck they might do. And of course, the biggest thing that everyone knows him for is Lovecraft Country. That is the thing. And I haven't watched it yet. I know I'm going to go and watch it and see what all the hype is about and all of that. But I'm holding off too, because I don't like domestic violence. I want to see the facts first. All of it. I want to see everything. So far, everything I've been hearing has got me like, okay, this is a typical normal situation where two people have a disagreement and it went violent, it went aggressive, it went passionate, because when you love somebody, people just, they lose their minds. Like I said, this PlayStation I got over here been thrown on the ground by a girl I used to date because she was mad that I was giving that girl more attention than I was giving her. You know what I'm saying? So basically, like, the things that he lost because of all of this crap, that's been going on and stuff like that is Jonathan Majors dropped from 2 movie projects, multiple brand deals following the arrest report. So he lost 2 deals, movie deals, and He was dropped from the Army brand deal. But I'll go ahead and read this article as well, so you can kind of see like why this is such a big deal and why we're waiting on Marvel to say something, because like once everything is out there, that's the next thing that's going to be big news, is what did Marvel say? Because at the same time we got this going on, Ezra Miller then committed like I don't know how many freaking crimes, and he's still the Flash and still got a job and still has not been held accountable for none of his stuff. You think I'm finna pay my money to go see that movie? No. And what am I gonna do? Bootleg. That's what we doing. We all bootlegging. If you ain't bootlegging, I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. Because this is one of those situations where I'm sorry, I know people worked on this film and people trying to create and collect their dollars and stuff like that. But you know, I just can't support something that has a pedophile on the picture. Like, nah, I'm good on that. So anyways, this says Jonathan Majors has lost out on several opportunities in the week since he was charged with multiple misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment. Amid Wednesday Variety report that more alleged abusive victims have come forward. That's all been stuff that's just basically is just alleged stuff. It's all like he say, she say. There was no evidence to prove that that was a thing as well. But it still goes into the issue of public perception, and then of course, you know, the actual trial. Like all of that stuff kind of plays a part. And then in public perception, because stuff was coming out so slow, and we live in a microwave society, it wasn't quick enough to kind of save him from losing this stuff before the facts came out to see what really happened and what's really going on. So also the alleged abuse victims have cooperated with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office Major's March 25 arrest. The actor, 33, appears to have been taken out of consideration for at least 2 upcoming film projects. On Tuesday, Deadline reported that Majors will no longer star in an upcoming film adaptation of Walter Mosley's 2004 novel, The Man in My Basement, that he was also expected to executive produce. The actor was also in negotiations to star in a biopic about late musician Otis Redding's. He is also no longer under consideration for that movie, per the outlet. The outlet also noted that the Creed 3 star will no longer appear in an ad campaign for Major League Baseball Texas Rangers after the club sought out the actor due to his Dallas background. Protagonist Pictures, the production company behind The Man in My Basement, and the Texas Rangers did not immediately respond to people's requests for comments Thursday. Okay. So he's lost 2 deals right here, as you can see. The movie The Man in My Basement, and he was supposed to be in a ad commercial, it looks like, campaign for Major League Baseball with the Texas Rangers. Deadline also reported this week that Majors will no longer attend the 2023 Met Gala. What? Okay. As well as that talented management company Entertainment 360 has stopped working with the actor. On Tuesday, people confirmed that the LEDE company, a public relations firm, stepped away from working with the Marvel star last month. In the days following Major's arrest in March, the U.S. Army paused advertisements that featured the actor as a part of its all-you-can-be recruitment campaign, with a spokesperson telling people on March 26, the prudence dictates that we will pull our ass into the investigation to these allegations. Allegations, okay? It's just, everything is allegations until proven guilty in the court of law. Allegations is complete. As noted by multiple outlets, Major still appears to be involved with Marvel Studios' upcoming Loki Season 2. So Loki Season 2 is where you will see him again. That should be coming out this year. I Not sure exactly when it's coming out. Let's look that up real quick to make sure we know, because we're nerds and this is what we do. So Loki season 2, October 6th, 2023. So Loki season 2 will be out October 6th, 2023. If you're in Atlanta, that's going to be right around the time that Anime Weekend Atlanta is going to be around. And it'll be, I think anime, because Anime Weekend Atlanta is usually around Halloween, like towards that way. And then before that, you'll have Dragon Con, which is where I will be at. I will be representing Fanbase at Dragon Con, and I will be posting that content on YouTube and Fanbase Plus. Fanbase Plus get everything first. YouTube gets everything last. You won't see nothing on Instagram. You barely will see anything on TikTok, because I don't really support TikTok. I'm just not really for that platform. But all of that stuff will be out during that period, whatever I cover. And so you're going to probably see a lot of Loki cosplays during that period. But anyways, back to the news. Let's see. So this is the footage of the alleged victim in the club after the incident. So that's her right there. And that's her right there in the corner to the right, using that same hand that she claimed that Jonathan Majors had damaged before she went to the club. She's buying drinks and laughing and giggling and having a good time. She's using her phone. Opening up her hands. Hanging out with her friends. Okay, so they're saying she in the right corner over here. And I believe this is her right here, using that same hand. So that is the evidence of the part where, like I said, the victim said that she had her finger broke, and she said she had broke, like, I think her right hand. But in that video, you clearly saw that she was using her right hand after the altercation and all of that stuff. Then they had text messages basically saying, or phone calls that had Jonathan in a whole nother location. He has an alibi and everything in a whole nother location when he pulled up on her to his house, and he called the police to get her help because she was losing her mind, because she know that he out the door. He about to go and get with Meagan good. So we gonna talk about that right now and go ahead and just, you know, talk about it as far as like how I feel about this. This makes sense, and I'm gonna tell you why it makes sense. Because I've been that guy that's cheated on a woman before. I'm not exactly a saint. I've been in the streets. I've done things, nothing too crazy, but you know, I've been in a situation where the girl I was with wasn't really giving me what I wanted, and I felt like I could do better. And I got drunk and jacked up, and I ended up messing around, and then I felt horrible about it. And then later on, I broke it off. I broke up with her. I didn't stay with her after I cheated on her. I broke up with her, you know. And later on, I asked for forgiveness, and you know, she forgave me, and we went right back to being friends and doing the nasty again. So it can be like that. You know, I've been in that situation where I cheated on somebody. So I know When a woman is hurt because she hurt. She gonna cry. She gonna lose it. She gonna do that. Now I've been on the other end where I've been accused of cheating, or I've been accused of doing something that was just too much, or I've been caught in a situation that has so much passion behind it because we both love each other that me and this person got a little physical. So I've been pushed and jerked around. I've had combs thrown at my head, remotes thrown at my head. I had my PlayStation that's back here thrown on the ground because I was playing too much PlayStation. I done had my ex basically get in front of the TV and try to block me from playing the game, and that made me angry, and I wanted to, do something to get her out my way, But only thing that kept me in check was the fact that I know the domestic violence things, because I was living in a household too where this was one of the women that threw something at me or pushed me or shoved me too, and her mom was actively engaging in domestic violence. She found out that basically her husband or boyfriend or whatever that she living with and stuff like that had did something that was she just couldn't let it go. And he was like, well, screw it, I'ma leave. And this is the thing that gets stuff thrown at you. You say you gonna leave and I could do better than you. The woman got so insecure that she grabbed a bottle and smacked that thing across his head, causing bleeding and stuff like that. And so that scarred that man really for life, because it's like he knew like he couldn't take it to that level with her ever again. Like they still was together or whatever, because he wasn't exactly a saint either, and this is the type of things that happens in relationships if it gets that toxic, right? And then after that, he basically found Jesus. He stopped being that crazy. He was still drinking and doing stuff he ain't had no business doing and talking crazy, but he realized like there's a limit to how much that you can do. There's a limit to how much you can push a woman before something crazy happened, basically. So I'm just telling you these stories because these situations can go from 0 to 100 just that quick. And having like a beautiful woman like Meagan Good be in the mix, I mean, can't nothing come good from this if the girl that he's basically probably trying to break up with finds out that this is who about to be the new Majors, Mrs. Majors, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that things went left and that there's an actual domestic violence situation here, because he was in his rise to stardom, like true stardom. And because somebody didn't know how to control themselves, or both parties didn't know how to control themselves, they've created an issue that's gotten bigger than them, because she recanted her statement because she knows she wrong for what she did. And he, even though you can try to say like, oh, he shouldn't cheated, or he shouldn't have did this, or he shouldn't have did that, or he should have told her, it's still his fault too as well, because he should have gotten with her and said, hey, I'm done, and did that where she wasn't around him. Like, don't lead nobody on. That's another thing too. When you lead people on, you run the risk of them reacting violently, because at the end of the day, the whole time you was wasting with them, they could have been talking to somebody else. Don't waste people's time. Just break up with them and move on. It's okay to move on. If y'all meant to be, y'all meant to be. If you not, at that moment, maybe y'all come back later on after y'all didn't try to see if the grass is green, and y'all might come back together and it might work, and you might love it or something, or you might need to get marriage counseling. There's so many other ways to get help for people to get back together if that's what they're gonna do. But to leave somebody on, this type of crap that happens when you leave people on, man, if you done with them, be done with them. Do not keep them around just as something to just play with, because people's feelings will get hurt, and then you get in a situation like this. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm going to be doing some more topics and doing some more rooms. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you have to be on Fanbase. You have to come join the NIA Camp Nerds in Action. I host my rooms 9 a.m. for recorded rooms on Tuesday, and 9 p.m. is where you can come and meet the cast, meet the people, meet the camp, meet the community. So I hope all of you have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that like button. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Please stay safe in these streets. Don't lead nobody on. And just be great. That's all I can say. Love y'all. Take care.